Dajjal 70,000. In the end times, the Bible prophecy talks about 144,000 of the lost tribes of Israel and the remnant of Israel who get sealed and go on an exodus for 1,260 days out into the wilderness. The armies of the Lord who are prepared for the end times, for the day and that battle of the great day of the battle of God Almighty. And this is done by the hand of the prophets in the end times found in the book of Revelation. But the Muslim world calls that prophet the Dajjal. And they have taken this good character of the end times Bible prophecy and they've put it upside down and they've retold the story and said that this is their Antichrist. And what we note here is that there's going to be a fulfillment of what they have said in this book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 11 verse 3, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days clothed in sackcloth. Here we see 2 prophets, and this is end times prophesying and gathering of the lost tribes, which we see in the book of Revelation prophecy. And notice that here we see the number of the soldiers of the tribes of the divisions. Revelation chapter 7 verse 4 through 8. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So we see here clearly that it's revealing that the tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel, and there's a specific number to them, a direct number. And then they are listed. Revelation chapter 7 verse 5 through 8 continues. And of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zabulon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000. And that leaves 2 prophets with 144,000 of the tribes, which are soldiers. And so what we do is if we split that into 2, we come to another number that is close to 70,000 of half the tribes and the other half of the tribes. So what we see is 2 prophets in the end times, characters, right? And 144,000 army of lost tribes of Israel, true Jews. And the Muslim world is looking for a prophet to come, right, who will bring armies of 70,000. They'll call him the Dajjal. Well, if you take those 2 prophets, okay, and you have one of them split that number of 144,000, it's 72,000 per prophet. So what they have done is they've taken the Bible prophecy, they literally split it in 2 and said about 70,000 Jews will come and follow one prophet with the power of rain. Thus, they're just repeating the prophecy and they're vilifying it, switching it up and down, making good for bad and bad for good, and light for dark and dark for light. And this is how we know that they're lying and deceptive, because the Bible warned of this 600 years before Muhammad even existed. Half that count of 144,000 is 72,000. And one with 72,000 out of the 2 with 144,000 leaves one prophet leading at least 70,000. And this was used to create their own version and their details of the end times. And we know this because it says in their hadith 29 in the Muslim Sahih, the hadith of the Book of Tribulations, it says, the Dajjal would be followed by 70,000 Jews of Isfahan wearing Persian shawls. And in their account, they figured that they say that the Dajjal reveals the lost tribes and brings 70,000 of the armies of the Jews out of the Afghanistan area, which is the location of the lost tribes. In North India, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, in Iran is where, and this is where the lost tribes had went. In some of the regions into the further east, which is in the territories of the Uyghur territories of China and Mongolia. And in their account, they believe that the Dajjal reveals lost tribes of Israel, calls Jews to arms, and he has about 70,000 with him, which would leave that 72,000 split between 144,000. They say that he comes out of the region of Khorasan in some of their sayings. And we know that the lost tribes of Israel, because the archaeology we have to reveal of the lost tribes of Israel, that not only are some of the lost tribes of Israel that started in Iran, that went into Bactria, which is Afghanistan, that went into Pakistan, that went into India, that went into the Uyghur territories, that went into Mongolia, that is up in Tajikistan, that is in Turkmenistan, and all those other regions, in Kazakhstan, all of those regions up in this portion, okay, are where the lost tribes are. And they're going to come back in the end times for the gathering. They're going to be called. They're going to be revealed because we have the archaeology to prove that those people who they have believed to be heirs of certain origins have been not what they have believed. They're not Turkic cognate. They are lost tribes of Israel that share Turkic blood from the same lineages of the people of Laban and so forth. According to one report, the Dajjal's army will be composed of 70,000 Jews from Isfahan, all armed, and 70,000 Tartars. And people from Khorasan, modern-day Afghanistan. Faid al-Bari, a prominent Sunni commentary, explains that Jesus will only fight against those Jews who will join the Dajjal's army, not all Jews around the world. So it's clear that the Muslim world has told a prophecy of the end times and distorted these characters and these figures. And what you're going to see in the end times is a fulfillment of this. And Muslims are going to take this as a sign. There's going to be a problem. Because those lost tribes are going to be revealed. They're going to be called. And they're going to come. They're going to find out that the Muslim world has been lied to. And all those Jews that are Muslims, that are of those lost tribes, they're going to wake up that they actually have inheritance. That they've been cheated by Muhammad. That they've been cheated by their imams and their mullahs and their clerics, telling them a false story and robbing them of their inheritance, being children of Israel, the lost tribes. And this is why you'll end up seeing the Dajjal with 70,000, which is one of the prophets, with 72,000 of those tribes. And this is the prophecy of Dajjal, 70,000.